what you've got to wield here on top of the heart. ZywOo, the Julie spam away. Damage is done. See you later, Alligator. You won't be coming out squeaky door to vent anytime this round, Bit.
And 1xBet believes a little more after Inferno's conversion. Here comes ramp control. Bomb's there too, and he's been spotted. Apex confirms bomb ramp. Masuta actually choosing to aggress on this. And Perfecto spotted him out. Bomb put on the ground, courtesy of the Apex USP. And he can chill out now.
It's getting dicey now for NaVi here. Really in a bit of trouble, and Apex wants to keep fighting, not giving them any room to breathe. And Masuta goes again. He's going to grab one, but traded by Perfecto. And now Apex, he's running him down. He wants this kill, and he's going to get it with Shox. But Simple, he's here to contribute, and it's a 2-on-4. Yeah,
irretrievable bomb as it currently stands. Oh, actually, it slipped down the ramp, so it's been spewed out of one of the members of NaVi.
Thank you very much.
And now it enables a bit of a 2v4 to take shape. Look at Boomich's position. Now, does he want to go vents to top, or is he going lower? He's going to get that bomb down, and it's completely and totally uncontested.
Simple has to defend now while Boomich tries to make this play through the vent, but is Boomich going to unravel them, or is he going to be unraveled? He's in trouble now. He's been spotted.
They don't have a kit, Chad, and ZywOo's taken a lot of flack, looking for the finish on the burst. If Simple hits that, Vitality's 2v4 nightmare is starting to become a reality. Simple, flustered, but still gets the shots. Time-sensitive mission for Apex here, and he's gone too. What a recovery from NaVi. They were on the back foot from the start of that pistol round.
That's insane that they didn't choose to chase down ramp, right? Think about how much pressure they had available to go down ramp, and they've gone for that vent control, right? So they're sending ZywOo over towards the vent here. They've come down ramp later after ZywOo's already gone down, so the extra prong is gone, right? They were waiting for ZywOo to get in position. Unfortunately for him, he's been taken out. So Simple at this point really just has one direction to worry about, and they're able to snatch one away. Now, we were wanting Simple, and we've got Simple. We had ZywOo on Inferno. Now it's time to get the Simple show underway.
Roll up here. Roll up, the AK's on him, and there goes Apex. One scout tracer is all he needs to track his movements, and look at Electronic. He's taking some liberties. ZywOo loud about his descent into the vent. Game on. Certainly feels that way. Shox and ZywOo partner up for this one, but Electronic makes light work of the first. It wasn't expecting the second. A double on the dig. No way. They can't turn this one around. This is supposed to be NaVi's. Masuta chips away. A good nade puts him down. So they have ramp, they have hell. Kyojin, of course, is going to be aware of the potential for a lobby linger, but he'll take that control back. It makes sense. Where's his partner for this one? Shox?
Still towards lower right now. He's out of position for this.
Completely.
He'd love to get his hands on a gun here, and they know Kyojin feels RPK's role in this team of being a top side anchor, so they have an inkling that he's around here somewhere. Won't overstep the mark, and now that he's been noted, clawed down by Simple, and it will just be Shox, who's got one of these Mac 10s in his hands, and I think he'd like to hold on to that, because he's the reason this one almost got out of control. Right? The fact he gets two, and you see Electronic there, he wasn't expecting another. He was already hitting E to try and pick up the deagle on the ground, so Shox makes it interesting for a moment, but that's that.
Yeah, but Simple, I know, it's 2 rounds in. Don't get over ahead of yourself, Alex Richardson, but I don't know. Simple, I think you can't, you know, he's not going to have 3 bad maps.
No,
he's just not. This is the grand finals. He's got an extra $1 million motivation. He's here to play today.
Look, last night, if you missed it, I think he had back-to-back aces, right?
That's right. What a way to close it out.
Yesterday, he had a massive performance. And the last thing you'd want is for Simple to have used all his juice last night before the grand final. So this is only the first 2 rounds of play. If, say, in the first 6 rounds of play, he's got 20 kills, then yeah, look, that might be the monster unleashed. But I think he's going to get stopped here at some point. Back into play we go, and NaVi are set here for the third, right? The biggest issue they have to get past is Shox on the Mac 10 and ZywOo on the Deagle, but ZywOo doesn't have any armor with this. He'll have to hit some scorches, some absolute bangers. Electronic peppers from range, and well, there you go. ZywOo's gone. Simple dispatches of him, and one of the bigger issues in this round is eliminated, and well, they continue to tumble now.
So what have you seen in terms of like countering Electronic? What has been, who has rumbled the Electronic Yard project?
See, the thing is with NaVi, right, if you consider Electronic, it's not always him getting space is the key to the round, like in the sense of the kills don't always have to come through him, right? He just gets that space. So it's hard to think, do we need to deal with Electronic to get us set up correctly, or do we need to deal with the others while we leave Electronic up to his own devices, right? Now, if you can just rumble him, that's great. But the problem is there's a lot of support behind Electronic, right? So when we see it, it just looks like one man on a journey with some smokes.
But of course, we know 3 hands have thrown those, and there's flashes. There's Boomich on that silo. Sometimes he's on the main roof watching the secret. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think Squeaky Door is the next like link point. And I know that seems a little bit strange, but if they're able to win the lobby fight against Bit, who we know tends to be that late lobby player, then that's going to give them something to work with. But how are they going to do that? Because we've seen him play so many passive angles back towards T-spawn, lobby entrance on the roof. So that there are pressure points, right? And NaVi, with 11 on the trot in the W column for Nuke, right? There's a lot of tape out there to watch, right? The timing. So if they're continuing to be able to make these things look slightly different every single time and show a different flavor, that's going to show their real depth and pedigree on a map like Nuke here today. To say NaVi and their home map is Nuke is insane, right? You go back to the NaVi era with Zeus, that's never a conversation we would have ever thought of having.
Yeah, and I think credit to Boomich as well for that one. We saw how he dug deep with some great calls, a couple of fakes thrown in for good measures that did eventually best heroic. Now, Apex is partnered up with ZywOo to contest any of the walks through Secret. The flash is bad, ZywOo's good. Shuts down Electronic, simple to fill the void. But ZywOo is known.
Does he stay or does he go? Because we know that the vent pressure is a problem as well, so he's going to tuck tail and get completely out of there.
Oh, they want lobby info, and Bit's got the bomb. This is a weird kink to the NaVi strat. If he goes down, it's round over. They'll have full info on the bomb, but doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter. Bit's bomb spotted, but he can go wherever he wants. He knows Yard is guarded by Simple. Actually, I say that. He's actually down lower. He's going for a walkabout.
But that's so much info right now.
They're everywhere.
Oh! And now they know where ZywOo was. Oh, he's back towards B. He's all over the place. ZywOo's been hurt now. Simple's behind him. This should be the round. Completely done and dusted.
Oh, NaVi are really under the skin of Vitality there. Just as we cut to all their perspectives, their lobby, heaven, and low site.
They're all working on something, right? They're all working on something right there. The biggest piece of info, unfortunately for ZywOo, was his second kill. Because at that point, Simple knows, well, he was lower. Now they're pushing lobby. Maybe this is completely clear, so he could take some liberties of space, and that set NaVi up to be in a power position with info. It gets them their 4th round, and poor Kyojin, nothing left to do here but to save. And a good start from NaVi. It feels like coming into these maps, we get strong starts out of the team who picked the map.
Oh, it's funny that.
It's weird that. That's not normally how the things go, is it? We have these teams who lose their own map picks, or they lose the pistol.
Yeah, but they don't usually get to the grand final.
That's true. Okay, I guess, yeah, that kind of plays out here in the whole landscape we've got in front of us right now. But the cash is swelling at this point for NaVi. You've got Bit at 7.6 grand before the bomb goes off. So he's going to be over that 10K mark after this. 11 grand to be precise. Simple on 10. So plenty of money here. And that's the save cam of Kyojin. You can see the concentration there. Don't let him kill me. That's what he's thinking right there.
Don't die.
He's thinking the boss will be unhappy if I die here. But max loss bonus going forward now for Vitality until they post a round. And that, like, guys, he had a Mac 10 on his back. He's choosing to hold the pushes with the Deagle, right? Like, that was a bonus scenario as well for NaVi. So, Bit choosing to hold those pushes with a Deagle absolutely boshes the dome. And speaking of Deagles, a couple out for Vitality now too. CZ as well, Scout in the mix, and that saved them 4. How much impact can they find in this one here? Vitality would love to get something on the board early, but here we are with the man himself, just creeping and crawling through Yard. And he's loud about it too.
Yeah, in the meantime, we've lost Apex.
Where
that was through the door.
That
yeah.
must have been. Kind of a fly on in, just see how pantsed he got in that environment.
Kyojin could have him here. Ooh, Electronic. Kyojin knows where you are and can close the gap as you tuck in. He's just threaded the needle of the Boomich hold, so this is Kyojin's all day of the week. Oh, cool. Never mind.
Well, Kyojin's probably not meant to be there, Alex. He's meant to be the top holder. So there's a saved gun. He got a different place of the map he got to play. Not so familiar with Electronic's tendencies there. And patience, it's a virtue. Now it's just ZywOo, and he's looked away. Up secret. It's been spotted now. And bullets in the side. Boomich will get that kill. So 5-0. I think, like, I have this suspicion that when it's not even a suspicion, when I was looking at the results from the IEM Beijing Haidan final that we did in the best of 5, I'm pretty sure a lot of the maps were quite one-sided in this grand final that was Vitality versus NaVi. That was
Mirage 5th map.
Yeah, I'm just going to check it out now because I think that they were Yeah, it was a 16-5 first map for NaVi on Nuke, a 16-12 for them on Dust 2, a 16-6 on Overpass to Vitality, a 16-9 for Vitality on Inferno, and a 16-8 on Mirage. So a lot of single-digit games. We want some overtimes, we want some barn burners.
Look how many smokes are up right now. My God, look at the map. There is so many deployed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to be an even battle on the yard. Electronic takes down Apex to avenge Simple, but Masuta has 2 knocking on his ramp door, holding a slither gap, and he's just going to concede control. So there is a bit of a gap. ZywOo will be called upon to fill that gap. Bit late now.
Oh, they could just park Bit here and go back for lobby presence. So if anybody rears their head over towards ramp, Bit could be on for a bit of a free one, but Perfecto and Electronic need to get something done here, and with no smokes, their best bet is probably to go through this squeaky door. Lots of time on the clock. Not that much utility remaining, and they're going to try their luck towards yards. So knowing that the CT rotations are probably dealing with that ramp pressure, they're going to hope they can best ZywOo out here towards the locker room.
I mean, you can see ZywOo's actually just responsible for both. He's got to deal with yard occasionally and ramp. He has no idea where they've gone. And this is a great call from NaVi. Like, it takes a lot of balls to have full ramp control and to end up walking yard at 30 seconds.
ZywOo.
He's having a look. Oh, that's info. That's a boatload of info. 2 down secret, 1 dead to right. Bit's gone. Perfecto and Electronic would love a plant here, but it's Masuta's task to deny. He does exactly that, and Vitality have their first.
Almost got away with it as well, right? There could have just been 3 of them knocking on that B bomb site before Vitality even knew it was coming there, but the timing and intuition of ZywOo to have a little bit of a late look. Profits in a big way here. And you could just, you're right, with all those smokes down, NaVi had nothing left to operate with here late after the damage was already done. So really good stuff from the French here to get their first round on the board.
Masuta was still pre-aiming at 18 seconds. He's pre-aiming the ramp. That's how little info they had.
They had no idea what was going on. So
okay.
I can't believe NaVi almost pulled that off as well. All right, well, back underway we go. Guns are out. ZywOo aggressive ramp should be good for 1 here.
You'd think so, but a loud step from Masuta baits him in. They may want to punish him here. He's turned the flash nicely. Controls trophies to this point. What's going on here? Apex has walked straight past him. He was trying to get the dankest of flanks onto Electronic, but Boomich, the bodyguard, strikes again.
That looked a bit silly, didn't it?
It did look a little funny.
All right, well, you know the cat and mouse game they're playing with Electronics, so I'll let Apex off the hook for that one. Is number advantage in the favor of NaVi now, but ZywOo's still alive with that AWP, and he can be prickly over towards ramp. He wants to post back up, and he may even consider re-aggressing here because NaVi, they haven't consolidated their plan just yet. Simple's still throwing nades towards the back of lobby. He has the bomb on his back, so how far forward will ZywOo go?
Yeah, he's unscoped though, Chad, so he'll have to make a sound cue if he wants to continue to advance. They are pressuring Kyojin heavily. And now he's been spotted out. They might incite ZywOo into a bit of a walk-up, and still yet to announce his lobby presence, and Kyojin booked, needs the no-scope, legs him. And it's a quick one for NaVi, fighting straight back. Plenty of time to spare and bodies as well. Look how much cash they are currently working with. The coffers of NaVi are swelling. And quite the contrary for Masuta, unfortunately unable to post a full rifle and nade setup. This was the first test, but this is a funky one. Apex just didn't consider it. I think with the smoke up, Boomich is typically on the main roof or the silo, so the fact he's partnered up with Electronic is a bit of an unusual twist.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? All of these tendencies that are going to be studied for Vitality, if you're NaVi, you just change like 1 or 2 little quirks, like 1 or 2 little details in how you approach things or the timing. And if Vitality you're invested in think you're going to run the eidetic type of rounds that you've done in the past, then you're going to be fooled. Now, Vitality do have enough money here to go for a purchase. They're able to get this buy together. ZywOo enough for the AWP. Masuta can buy into a rifle here, but will have no utility. It looks like he's gone for the FAMAS instead. So, no defuse kit for a round like this. Let's see how far Vitality can push the issue here. We want to see if we can get this one underway in a competitive nature. ZywOo again back to ramp with the AWP.
Shox has gone for an ambitious one. Boomich dealing with lobby. Shox, as it fades, is hoping to catch Electronic. Look at the angle. I don't know if he sees the barrel. Don't think he does. Safely hidden. Both of them biding their time. But the rest of NaVi could be lining up smokes. Could be coming into Shox's domain, you know. Apex is there as well. M4 in hand for Shox. And here they come. They don't get checked. Shox strikes. Nothing left. It's all fake. All of those smokes are confirmed. There's no one behind them. That's a huge amount of info for the French to currently process.
Oh, they're talking through their options here.
Oh, no way.
That's a gift right there. Shox takes. And he's dead. That is insane that he's gone for a play like that.
Just a couple of bullets through the door and they keep feeding him. This is Bit's lobby. You're just visiting. And he's decided it's time you leave. 30 seconds. Boomich now returns to Yard. It's safe to assume there's no CTs here. And now he gets a full top pop. Kyoji's been having a nightmare here and he could lose Apex any second now. Tagged up. Pressure in through the squeaky. Kyojin coming alive for the first. And only ZywOo left. Ducks into the site. Element of surprise perhaps needs to adjust. It's simple first. Victim and now a one-on-one. He'll piece together this as the door sound cue's heard. But he's making a round out of this. Goes for a Hail Mary through the floor, but one-on-one. ZywOo's on the hunt. He wants Sierra, and it's not gonna happen. Bit brings the fight to him. An important round to close out, and NaVi's rookie looking far from inexperienced. Another closeout in the 1v1s from Bit. He's had a couple so far.
That's huge from Bit.
I mean, do you remember the Dust 2 1v1? We had it when we came back from the break. It was Bit versus ZywOo as well. He's 2 for 2 in his ZywOo clutches head-to-head.
This one here, right? Like, he just sees the traces and shoots a couple of shots there. So that right there for Shox is super unfortunate. This here is them trying to mop up the mess and wanting that lobby info. And yeah, I actually think NaVi would have just stalled out if not for that kill. Because they lost their Yard presence. They looked like they were questioning at the time, do we go back, do we go forward? And look, we're already back underway here and now just completely dismantling Vitality. This one looking to be a quick round.
How's Vitality's, like, what's the biggest scalp they've taken on Nuke? Like, what,
on Nuke?
Yeah, like, I mean, we know NaVi's probably the best team in the world at Nuke, you know, 11 in a row and all that.
Yeah. I just want the last 3 months, or?
Yeah, just give me, like, recent Nuke form.
All right, let me have a little bit
Yeah,
of
I'm intrigued to know if they've pushed any good Nuke teams.
OG, not a good Nuke team.
Any good Nuke teams?
Spirit? We're getting closer.
Yeah, we are.
Heroic.
Now then.
In the group stage.
Yeah, they beat them.
Yeah, 16-12.
We saw how much Heroic pushed NaVi. So there is grounds for a Vitality defense, but right now they are booked.
But there's history of a NaVi stomping versus Vitality on this map because just at IEM Cologne, in the head-to-head series they had there, NaVi won Nuke 16-5. Yeah, but if you want to use history as anything to go by, Overpass was a 16-14 victory for Vitality, and that's our 4th map. I don't want people to be leaving just yet. There's still a few twists and turns that may be left.
I think NaVi's Overpass stats are also a bit deceiving, but they do look quite bleak.
Yeah, a loss is a loss, I suppose.
Yeah. A loss is a loss. Chad Birchill, 2021.
We keep it simple around here, cut and dry. Well, you guys want to know? The max loss bonus. When the scoreline sits like this, it's in play. And you know what that means?
What does that mean, Chad?
Well, that means we're going to get a gun round in the next round. So these pistols that just get absolutely stripped limb from limb might get a chance to be upgraded here. Now, we will get the ZywOo AWP if he so desires. He has the money to do so. You could even drop him one if they'd like. But what are the change-ups for Vitality? Now, we can talk through some of the ways they've tried to rumble. You saw Apex, as we mentioned, when he got caught off by Boomich. He was trying to chase Electronic slowly, but he was trying to chase him down secret. They took ZywOo with the AWP on that first round down to secret with the AWP and killed Electronic, right? That was one of the solutions.
And ZywOo's been going ramp with his AWP a lot.
Yeah, now it's looking like a lot of lobby presence, right? We're seeing pushes through Squeaky, Hut, and ramp.
Okay, so Boomich and Electronic up to their usual antics, and no info for ZywOo. Smoked off. One's already down. The first step to the NaVi pincer established. Second step is finding Apex, and he's already been Molotoved off. I wouldn't be surprised if he's calling for aid here already. Just so much uncertainty about this side of the map. And an Electronic on the walk. Apex caught out, and he's done so much with that frag alone.
Yeah, it's just a rough death right there for Apex to stomach, because at this point, do they drop lower to try and bolster the B bomb site, or do they sit and wait? Because NaVi, they still haven't made an intent known in this round. Sure, they've got control of Secret. Sure, they've got control of the Windows side, but that bomb still resides in lobby on the back of Simple and his Krieg.
They just pause. Like, if you're Kyojin, you're just so suspicious. You just don't know where they're at. You're hanging... Oh, my lord. Masuta, hello, what a find. And that's Boomich, not Electronic. And Nose is another.
Oh, Electron is coming still, so they've actually backpedaled away. This looks like it might be a top play from NaVi here.
Yeah, Electronic is coming up the ramp. Backs are turned. What
this
a
is
perfect timing. He hasn't seen Masuta. If he gets around the... Oh, and he's caught them with the bomb. Hands around their ankles. Game on. Electronic strikes onto ZywOo. He lives on. Needs this shot. Does hit it and deliver. 15 seconds, they're descending lower. ZywOo's going to have a bit of spring in his step if he wants to contest. Bomb to be planted by Perfecto. And he's got low HP, so watch out. What a shot out of bit. Of course, it's a headshot. The headshot machine is here. 2 already in the bank.
Are they calling the save?
I think Kyojin might change their mind because it's just Perfecto. Tucked into dark, but low HP, Chad. He's done it once. Can he do it again? Goes unchecked for now. Running out of time. Didn't do their due diligence on the dark clear. It's a fake, and Perfecto calls their bluff. Loudly stampeding. All he has to do is hit Kyojin, and he's won the round. Another one from Perfecto. ZywOo saves them. And that is a big one, an important one to pull across the line for the French. A recovery, courtesy of Kyojin's headshot.
Oh, we can just see it now. Where are Perfecto's glasses? Where are Perfecto's glasses?
Somebody in that boot camp find them.
Get him his glasses. Oh, it looked too good, didn't it? Like he calls the bluff multiple times. He's like, yeah, all right, I see ya, I hear ya. And he just can't get it done. This is the moment. ZywOo's getting out of there. He's trying to get to a different vantage point to cover, and luckily it's the right one. All right, second round for Vitality now. Let's make sure there's no immediate NaVi response or the conversation changes again. Yeah. Masuta aggressive.
Last time we did that, the round just ended. It was all over as Vitality just looking to piece together a consecutive defense here.
A bit just strolling out of Squeaky, down through the vent, through the smoke.
I love that NaVi just teaching all of us how to play T-side Nuke. Everyone pay attention.
And you guys want secret control and vent control, but you can have it at the same time.
And at 1 minute 20 still on the clock.
Yeah, no worries, guys. It's really easy.
And then the CTs essentially are just flaccid, hoping that you give them a frag. Ah, Apex, that's two Orky Momos for him in the low site.
They still need to get the bomb lower. Same problem as last round.
And we've been here before. Will Shock's clear Boomich. You know where he is. Not this time. Not this time at all. Just a pot shot taken.
Okay. Well, ZywOo's at ramp still, and Perfecto looking like he wants some space. Oh. Jeez, the timing there. Perfecto just favored by the gods, and ZywOo hits the deck. Now it's just Kyojin and Masuta to find, and this is looking good for NaVi. Immediate response, a bite back in. As both players up in the rafters in the top side. They're coming out squeaky, but they are going into top. Kyojin set up for multiple kills, can't convert anything, and Masuta, he'll go down as well. There was a chance. There was definitely a chance for a multi-kill spray down there from the top rope, but not to be, and I think we are quickly sailing to a NaVi Nuke win.
Yeah,
It's just too spotty.
Real comfortable individuals here. Looking at home on Nuke. The headshot percentage check-in on Bit. He's floating around 70. Simple's actually on 77.
Ooh.
So hanging with him. He actually has quite a surprisingly high headshot ratio for a main AWPer. Like, it's kind of odd how he still manages to have, like, what, I don't know, 60% I think on average last time I checked.
Aim higher, Alex.
Aim higher. Falling into place nicely. The opening's found. Kyojin's Deeg with a lot to do, and NaVi not going to give him a thing.
Yeah, it's easy when you see Kyojin here with only 2 kills to start going out. Well, that's, you know, he's the fresh boy. But Apex as well is only on 2 kills. And Apex's deaths that he's given up by trying to maintain that lower site have led to a lot of real estate being taken. I don't know what I would rather be, the rotator or the anchor. You know, both have their pros, both have their cons. One, you need to have patience to just sit there and stare at your crosshair for the better part of 1 minute and 55. The other, you need to pipe all that information that's coming your way and rotate accordingly. So, not dreamy.
Yeah, and I do think, like, there's been no instance so far here on this defense from Vitality where they have stopped NaVi from playing their own game.
No.
You know, Heroic did. They kept throwing these weird, destabilizing 3-man pushes and making everything awkward and mid-roundy. We haven't seen any of that here from the French. And look at ZywOo. He's caught a timing. And a pretty juicy one with the sound cues he's currently hearing. He'd struggle to do more than deny the plant.
He'd struggle to get more than 2 kills here, I think. And 2 would be great.
Of course, Simple checks. course he does. Kyojin posting his third as another headshot. Make it 2 as found and farmed by Bit.
Oh,
Yo, Kyojin looking good on the Deeg. And another found. Boom,
he knows he's in
gone.
dark.
He does seem to know exactly where Perfecto's hiding. And another chance for Kyojin provided. Lord almighty. Looking good, looking crispy.
couple of nice shots there.
I don't think RPK would have hit the last 2 there.
There's an RPK Deagle round or 2 that's in to stick out.
All right, well, timeout is taken regardless. And, I mean, if they want to screw their heads on tightly here, because it can feel like a very different game very quickly. If you whip out a quick 3 against NaVi, I'm down to have a conversation about the second half.
I get where you're going with this, and I think the confidence they could get from 3 rounds consecutively at the tail end of this half, that's going to be great for them, and then it will just amplify the pressure on NaVi, right? We know we're going into Overpass next. We know it's a bit of a sore spot for NaVi, and it's a chance for Vitality to tie the series up 2-2. So far on home turf, both of these teams look comfortable. Dust 2, NaVi looks good. You can see the top right of your screen right now, 16-10. Inferno, ZywOo, and Vitality look great, 16-6. And now here it is again, NaVi just sprinting away with things. And again, it's not simple needing to do anything bonkers. In the early stages of this, he had a couple of multi-kill rounds, but he's only sitting at 11 kills, right? Bits with 15, Electronics contributing. Everyone's here right now.
He had like 6 in the first 3 rounds of play. So, I mean, he's just cooling off. Doesn't need to do too much because the rounds are coming so quick. Now, again, I'm sick of saying it. I'm not even going to say it, actually. You can see what's happened. I'm not gonna, oh, do we have to say it, Chad? We have to say it now.
We might need to say it now because with the vent control being lost here, ZywOo has a lot more room to move. They're not going to send another on that same maneuver, and Masuda about to be tested again at ramp.
Catches a perfect timing on his crouch peek. Beheads Bit. And leaving 3 members of NaVi's, things are falling into place, and ZywOo returns to clear out Secret. This double AWP is both hunting Electronic, and it will connect. This is a perfect start, and that's the perfect finish. Someone get him his glasses now.
Wait, he's low.
Yeah.
Ish.
Ish. And I just said perfect, of course. As he blemishes the record, takes down Apex. 2 AWPs in play. Oh. Okay, there you go. That's one of the 3 required. Double AWPs were activated and everyone with the AWP finding impact.
And they know it's out now, right? You know Shox has an AWP and you know that ZywOo has an AWP. Now, unless they send that AWP back towards ramp again, right? Maybe, you know, would be flirting with the idea of a bit of a top rush here. Something a bit more pacey. AWPs, not necessarily having an easy time on the retakes by any means here. Otherwise, Shox had all the time in the world. He needed to adjust just there. And if you want to be in the fan cams, esl.gg/fancam, check them out. Get in the Discords, have a wave.
Mighty beard you've got there, dude. Fierce. Gimli would be proud.
Oh, nothing pacey just yet from NaVi. They still have plenty of cash for a buy in next round as well. So a plant here would be good. That would secure them all the way up until the finish line.
If you're interested in what Kyojin's been doing every round, you can see a quick snippet of it there. He jiggles with an incendiary for 40 seconds. There it is. That's the Kyojin POV. You don't need to see much more than that.
So ZywOo's still planted towards lower right now. This top execute could be tasty. As soon as these smokes fade, there's pressure on Apex and Kyojin. Shox has just come up the heavens, I believe, or dropped off.
Yeah, and they're going to be Molotoved off. It's the worst time to have committed, but they charge forward. Spurred into the flames. Close quarters is Shox's AWP. Good for it. And NaVi crumble. Electronics on the red container. It's only Bit. He's got so many CTs to contend with, and he's just lost. Simple ZywOo gives them a taste of their own medicine off the vent. And now then, that's becoming more and more like a realistic fourth.
All right. Anything you can do.
ZywOo certainly can do as well.
Ah, that's funny to see, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it comes so quick.
Okay, Electronic. What do you got, mate? I said you needed a plant. I think you're all good. Still lots of cash. And that will be splashed right now. So, yeah, more than enough here. Electronic is the only one who maybe there's a question of, but 4.4 you can buy. You can even get a drop over here. So no problems within the finance department from NaVi.
Have we seen anything pacey on the top site?
No. And now that Simple's brought out the AWP, Probably
No.
not either, unless they do want to do something quite mental here. Shox jumping into the site actually paid off, right? It's wild that this was the right call.
And interestingly enough, Shox chose not to preserve the AWP. He went for an AK instead, so we won't be having that double AWP potentially exploited here. Everyone's got a kit, everyone's got their nades, a pistol of choice. Last round, as Vitality look to just give themselves a little cushion. As I say that, Apex is forced to watch again. Another nasty opener from the leader of the French.
Oh, and to Electronic as well. That's got to be at least 3 right there that he's gifted up in the early stages of this. It's not an easy task to deal with Electronic, let's be honest. He's the best in the world at playing on that T-side lurk.
You can see it's forced Shox to try and fill that void. And I like the angles he's adopted. There's 2 CTs dispatched to contend with the secret and lower sight slip.
See, the thing is right now, you're probably sitting, why is Shox worried about this? Because these lurky smoke plays that NaVi go for often have them coming through. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Bottom
dream.
turned.
What a dream. Shox gets one. Confirms he's got the AK-47 in play. Gonna be locked into the T-side vent there. Only for a moment. Kyojin can't afford to go down without a frag here. He's got Shox in tow. That's the headshot again. Shoxy Jesus delivers. Simple and Perfecto have something to say, and up the vent, I don't fancy your chances there, mate. He's trying to peek into Simple, does well to take him down, and now ZywOo burns to a crisp. Electronic not needed, call it 11. And NaVi loving that, 5 rounds away from taking the lead again in this grand final. T-side for Vitality better be a stunner.
Я бань. Дал моли 9. Ближний взял. Ближний, вылез, убил. Найс! Не расслабляй. Авик не нужен? Нет.
Map of play in our grand finals. EPL Season 14, a Grand Slam at stake. Vitality, they look great on Inferno, have definitely had the wind removed from the room. That's not how the expression goes, but it's been sucked out for sure by NaVi and a great T-side. Who posts 11 on their T-side? NaVi does. And now Simple looking to start as NaVi mean to go on. It'd be a very open and shut case if they get the pistol and its conversions.
Oh, we've seen this one before. There should be a flash and then a cross. Well, Simple kind of-ish avoids the flash, but won't catch them as they do scurry down through that smoke towards Secret. They're in the lower site. Apex is holding on to this rotation. Little does he know there's nobody in that bomb box. They've already started to rotate.
Oh, but the vent pivot, it's on the card. If Perfecto dies, it doesn't happen. And they're still committed to the low site bit, and Electronic is so uncertain as to what's coming their way. Shox has been found elsewhere. This door will swing open. Electronic is mobile. And look at the crossfire. The silenced USP is the perfect weapon for the job. Apex has been playing this whole round to find Perfecto. Finally, he's got it. And only 4 more to find.
Yeah, good luck, Apex. I think you're about to cop a bullet in the head. All right.
Boomich has had enough.
Yeah, he's fed up with that one. That was a 1-on-5 attempt, so I wonder what they were screaming just there. I wonder if it was refresh he's not even playing. All in all, this one right here, a couple of little interesting notes. I think we've seen NaVi, what they do, and I was trying to get to the bottom of it this time around because I swear on Nuke on CT sides, they have somebody different every time with a CZ. And I went and had a look, and I was like, why is it Perfecto this time? I swear it was Boomich before. I swear before that it was Simple.
Yeah.
I think it's the first spawn to go drop on top of hut with the CZ in case of the top rush, right? I think that is the reason that they've done that right there. For Apex, you're going to be feeling a bit hard done by that opening exchange with Perfecto. If he gets that kill, could be a completely different round, but already mowed on down. 2 HP remaining after that little scout adventure. And I believe there's a aggressive play from Simple. We're about to come up Secret as well here. The utility advantage, I'd say, He's currently with Vitality, but the
Shox
rifles...
just fell off silo, so he's not going to have this held. ZywOo might. Don't think he caught a glimpse, and they certainly know where you are now. The info's been relayed, and it's an easy collection for Simple. He'll collect and disappear.
I feel like he wants to peek
He wants
again.
more, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to peek again.
Oh, and Bit tested on ramp, does go 1 for 1.
Simple.
That's the end of him, and
Did he just get 4x3'd?
potentially. ZywOo, he knows there was electronic towards the box. There shouldn't be more of this. But doubt starting to creep in. Tell you what's better than winning the pistol is winning the second round force, and 2 frags to the good. Vitality have managed to at least make it competitive, and patience could be rewarded here. Boomich is going searching for info, and timing is a cruel mistress, but perhaps not done. Masuta is silenced. It's Electronic with a multi, and 16 for him, looking very comfortable at the top of the scoreboard, partnered up with Bit. Those two were looking like the only 2 factors relevant for NaVi's Inferno. We'll see this again.
I don't know if he gets 4x3 there. Maybe he just doesn't even realize.
It's perfectly in the 4x3
It's in the range.
ratio.
Yeah, that's really curious. It's definitely in the range right there.
Is he living a 4x3 lifestyle?
He's probably stretched. They all love the stretched. You know how it is, Alex.
It's a wider boy.
Yeah, they like him
Bigger
thick.
target to hit.
Yeah,
Just messes with your...
Well, right now, it's looking good for NaVi to get their 14th here, isn't it? We've just got some upgraded Deagles, a P250 and a Glock. Not really anything to get too excited about until these heads start hitting the deck. But NaVi have looked in control of this and starting to feel very similar to the series we had last time between these 2 teams, where they're just picking up their map picks without too many dramas. I know it didn't go 1 for 1 last time round, but mopping up the mess at ramp. Bit's got 1.5. Electronic is really just taking care of business. He's on one. I think Electronic, right? He's good all the time. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. He's good most of the time. But in finals, he's one of those... I remember back in the day we used to talk about like big game players, right? Yeah, he's one of them. I think Shox is making a case that he definitely is one of those too. He's had some really big moments within these first few maps in terms of clutches or really nice crispy shots. But the scoreline doesn't lie, guys. 14-4. This one has been an absolute battering.
I got confirmation as well. He's rocking 1280, 960 stretched.
Okay, there it is. So yeah, likely done in by the res, guys.
Got him in that blind spot. There you go. This is why 16x9 master race.
Yeah, just listen to Rops. Well, a smoke wall of their own here, Vitality, and Shox about to, I was going to say, attempt to do his best Electronic cosplay. He is going to get across. Oh, and Electronic's going to be chipped away out here, so they have a good idea of his tendencies.
And Shox heard all of that, so he knows where the notorious yard defender is.
Well, look how passive Electronic's gone off of all of this, and this ramp boost perfectly timed here. There are 3 waiting in lobby to enter ramp if lower pressure is felt. Boomich and Shox with an exchange of utility there. It's actually going to send them back, so could be the top finish right here, right now. It is Perfecto on the side on his lonesome because Electronic can't even contribute from main, right? He can't help at all. So right now, big problems for Perfecto.
You hear the lower side door open. Perfecto, though, has got an entire squad barreling towards his location. He's going to be forced into the fights, and just like that, Vitality strike for a pair of frags and the plant.
Okay, well, NaVi just hoping to get a gun or 2 on the way out the door here. Electronic drop back to spawn after being put down to low HP. Simple would love to do some damage here with this M4, and Boomich and upgrade into anything other than the MP9. Schmick, but there you go. ZywOo onto Simple. A rifle hits the floor, and we'll call this 5. Need to see a lot more out of Vitality, though, before we can really start to build a case for them in this map here. When you know NaVi only need 2, right? Okay, well, they lose a round, so Electronic has to drop back. They maybe don't read their rotations perfectly. Simple hedges towards ramp and a boost, and, well, they find the path of least resistance in towards the site. Here he is. And there he goes. Boomich in the squeaky door with an MP9. We've all seen it.
No one quite commits to an MP9 spray like Boomich.
Oh, he loves it, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. And I think he was one of the few that started the convincing that it was relevant in every single buy round. It doesn't matter what he's up against. And oh, Perfecto definitely starting to look a little frustrated regardless of a 14-5 scoreline.
Well, they did just hang him out to dry. It's like, Perfecto, we have other problems.
Yeah.
If you can just defend the A-bomb site literally on your own.
Yeah, with 5 people charging towards you.
Good luck, my friends. All right, well, simple into an AWP. It's a bought together buy here. And here goes Shox again. So, look, similar scenes, isn't it? He's able to get his way down in towards Secret, but Simple's AWP. Let's see, does he miss?
Let's see if Shox has got the flash required. He slips through in the blind spot and hunted down. Simple too wise to your tricks. Shoxy down. Next up on the menu is Masuta for a bit. Likely clear. Common clear, but looking the wrong way. Messy spray. ZywOo is still in play. Now then, Simple was spotted last holding that lower site. They know it's a possibility he's floated to ramp. But Apex is crawling behind him. It kind of hinges on Apex here. I'll start to believe in this 4v5, or rather 3v4, do excuse me, if he could find him, but he's returned to the bomb. And he's hit the shot required.
That's massive.
Simple's down. Game on now. Side clear. Bomb down. No kits in play. NaVi have been handed a really awkward decision here. Like, you've got so many rounds to play with. Do you come and knock in? Looks like they will. And there's too many men. They jump across, baited nicely. Suddenly, Kyoji's got too many people to deal with. He's got Ramp on one side. Boomich gets the info, and it's falling apart for Vitality. He needed that. Does convert it. Now tucked in. Perfecto's hunting from the upper windows. Hiding in the dark, and Kyojin steps up. Knocks him for 6. And securing the 6th as well.
That's huge, right? The right call in that situation for NaVi was to save. The one that is less exciting is the save. So I'm glad to see them go for it, because at least it gave us something to get excited about there. And that's another great round for Kyojin, right? You can tally these up, and they need these rounds from him. ZywOo didn't have to do a single thing. He was the safety net. It's like, Kyojin, just take as many as you can. We know that you're stranded in this position, but Apex's kill right here onto Simple was absolutely everything. Simple thinks he's dealt with the lurk of Shox. Well, there was a second Apex coming on through, and that was fantastic. That's what you want to see from the young lad. And it's humbled NaVi. They're down to pistols here. The money's not there for a purchase. They've bought on him with a couple of digs, and
it would be about right if this Deagle started to connect, wouldn't it? But they've spotted him out. They know they're up to some funny business around the lobby push.
It's just interesting. Simple's gone for armor as well behind the Deagle. He needs to get something out of this.
Oh,
He's not
yeah.
getting anything. Like, he fully invested there. He left himself with only a little bit of money. It's likely to be reflected in the buy here, but you don't want to see NaVi starting to come unhinged. This is almost a guarantee unless Perfecto goes nuclear. He's dealt with again. It is just Bit. And he's scrappy too. So there it is, 14-7, starting to make this one a little bit more respectable here. I guess it's 2 ecos, right? We're going to see another eco out of NaVi in a row. So that's obviously why Simple invested so much. He must have known before going into that round that it was going to be back-to-back ecos. But it came way too easy here. Desperate little aggressive maneuvers, just picked away out one at a time. And here we find ourselves in a familiar situation. Pistols again. I wonder if they'll throw their bodies away.
Yeah, you're going to have a wall of smokes, and Shox is going to have to try and find a couple of aggressive maneuvers. It's likely that Electronic will go and be checked. He's actually opted to hide within the smoke, and a perfect dance has led to the demise of ZywOo. Disappears again. Takes down the star of the show.
Okay, now Boomich, this might be all right. If he can get this kill, Shox isn't completely ready.
He's not expecting this at all. Oh, and just as he faffs with his nades, and now an AK falls into enemy hands.
3v3, they're into B.
They are, and Perfecto opens the door to hopefully delay. It doesn't look like it's going to stop Masuta. He will still try and get that bomb down, loudly descending into the vents. So Kyojin, Masuta, and Apex looking to find an 8th, and it's 2 AKs on this one. Unarmored Perfecto is the biggest threat. Apex is playing a very passive game, and it makes sense. Plant is open for ramp, and that's a lovely headshot. I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, that should be it right now. Just get on out of dodge if you can. Pick up that AK-47 and try and hold on to them, because Vitality, they've dispelled NaVi one more time. Perfecto What, does he hang around? Does he go? He should survive here if he gets in the upper right corner away from the bomb. Even takes a body with him here, so Perfecto alive and kicking. And now we get to see if NaVi have a lot more to say. Now, the scoreline is 14-8. Vitality have done a great job when these interesting rounds have presented themselves. These are theirs to convert, right? These last two were theirs to convert. They get away with it. And now we get to see the full buy of NaVi. So they took two low investments back-to-back for this moment.
Let's see if all that saving, all that strife was worth it for their 15th. Vitality looking... Oh, they're going to have a potential gap there. Electronic with the incendiary, but it's ZywOo that out-orb Simple. Mantles on the box, converts the opener, and now Electronic with a lot to do. His crosshair placements banging, even with the smoke up. And Apex is looking for him as well. Nothing to report. Shox is doing a little bit of an Electronic, trying to out-Electronic. Electronic, good luck, have fun. He's all too aware of what you're up to, and timing will become a huge factor. Sound cue. Shox knows what lingers on the other side. And the flash is set up.
Perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect from Vitality. And NaVi, they saved all their schmeckles for this round. Now they're running out of players. Two gone. Shox confirms Boomich's presence in towards Mini. And Bits just trying to cover so many parts of the map at the same time. There was a gap ramp. He's filled it just in time.
How do you get back in this round if you're NaVi now? Like, you're probably already thinking, oh, maybe we should save, but you don't even know where the hit's coming in yet. So you don't even know where's safe. So a bit up towards the heavens. They've all played up towards the
Didn't think he saw
deck. Molly now. He needs to get on down that ladder, and he will, but he shouldn't be long for this world. Shox should get this kill. Dead to rights. Iffy on the spam. Does find the frag, and now it's just Boomich and Perfecto.
Kyojin still in the top site. Both of them are here. And he'll do the clear. Boomich, nice find. And Perfecto will at least find the first of the 1v5. Bomb down safe. Vitality, they passed the first gun round test.
Yeah, this is great now. Like, we can really, if they're able to exploit tendencies of NaVi like that, they're able to get the opening pick with ZywOo onto Simple like that, okay. All right, maybe they can hold NaVi at this 14 for a little bit longer. And this could almost be the double digits in their grasp, because right now, yeah, max loss bonus. The only X factor I see going into the next round of play is something really crazy, where they get an AWP out for Simple, right? Like, Perfecto could drop him one, right? And then Simple can keep all his cash, and then everybody will be able to buy in the next round. It just means Perfecto needs to make sure that he does save. So there is some options right now for NaVi to do something strange. They're not going to get close enough for this chase, I don't think. Time not on Perfecto's side. Okay, throw all that out the window. That conversation
dead.
Completely gone.
This is the pick onto Simple. How much does he see? Oh, he's quick as well, just on the one-time zoom. The flash from Apex did kind of seal the deal, and I think you were highlighting that as well. The flash just completely holding. I think Shox's communication as well, asking for what he wanted, and frustration just starting to be bred over in the NaVi camp. I mean, let's not forget that this first half, they posted 11 T rounds, Chad, on Nuke. They then proceeded to win the pistol and convert.
He does have that AWP, and it was provided by Perfecto. So they've still gone for something a little bit odd here, and it's a head-to-head on the AWPs again. ZywOo trained in on Simple's position. The X-ray there just showing how close it is for that biff to be going on down. Now, this is where Simple does his best work, right? He likes to be the rotate player with the AWP. The information that his teammates are able to give him is so he can best position himself for action.
He's doing everything. Look at him, just constantly on the move. He was Heaven, he was Yard, he's now Ramp, he's thrown Util on Squeak. Making some noise on Ramp, but he's still floating around, desperate to try and answer to the Vitality initial contact. Now, smoked off Mini, no one Yard. They're all hanging around T-Roof. It does look like it could be a top finish.
This would be perfect, right? Because what's going to negate that AWP? A really well-executed piece, something that you've dry run time and time again, where the AWP is going to be scratching for answers.
Yep, main smoke, hot molly. You know the drill. Can be difficult for Simple to find impact on this one. The rest of them just, he says, armored pistols. CZ already in the feed. Vitality could trip over their shoelaces here. Simple's into the site, full commit to this, and Masutas is first. He needs more, and he'll take it as well. Takes it all. Apex is last on his list, and NaVi do secure 15, courtesy of Simple.
Just put himself in the right place right there, right? We saw it. We followed him for the majority of that round. You see just how active Simple is, and that's an X factor. Perfecto dropped in that AWP for exactly this. This is why you have a superstar player that you can trust to give the AWP to pull off moments that get you up to that 15th round. Starting to get a little bit worried. The pressure's starting to mount, and Simple pulls that one out of his back pocket, and Apex can't bloody believe it.
He couldn't. Well, I mean, I can understand why he feels a bit hard done, but I felt like he was up against something lighter than that.
Now he's up against two. Bit's got one as well. Let's see. Creeping through main here, Shocks. Oh, through the smokes towards warehouse. So a bit more of the classic use of the L block. He's going to get his controls. I was working on some too. Orb v orb. The lower side. All right, Counter-Strike's really come a long way.
Hasn't it?
Oh, dear. It was once upon a time, and this would have even existed in early CSGO, where I told my team I did not want to see an AWP on the T side of Nuke. I didn't want it.
Guys,
the fights,
you're so silly. Stop buying that orb.
The fights, you couldn't come by them. Like, yeah.
And fair play, yeah. I mean, unless they're just giving it to you on ramp, it can feel like it's a very claustrophobic environment to make that big green work. Now, I see some util heaven. I see Shoxy working his magic as well in partnership with that util. Simple, however, on hell to try and contest this. And the bomb is in garage. Simple keeping it honest and keeping it passive. Shox has got a lot of turf here. And they're using Masuta to bring the bomb up as well. Electronic well aware of the gap. It's going to come down to the util here. And there's plenty of it for Vitality. Here's it all going down. You wouldn't go up the ladder though, would you, Simple? Not another little ladder, no scope. We don't need any of that. Good frag. Kyojin to the side. Shox checks him on the climb. 15 seconds. Where's that plant? Bomb's loose. Bit from behind. Oh no, it's a heaven plant. If Bit was quick, he's not.
You can see it, right? You can see exactly what could happen in that moment. Now it's Bit about the save. He's going to get his 20-second frag right there onto ZywOo. And I think they might even... Wow, actually, that's the question. Do they want to let him hold on to this here?
They got enough.
They can go after him here. I think maybe they're even still worried that he might come for this round. Obviously, it's just one separating NaVi now from taking us to Overpass being map number 4, taking the lead in the series again, and then being one map away from the Intel Grand Slam, that $1 million, the ESL Pro League Season 14 title. So, yeah, not taking too many chances here.
And we are guaranteed to have a first time and new name in the ESL Pro League trophy.
That's nice. It's hard to call at the moment, right? Because I feel like Overpass, we might get over there and then Vitality get up to the same tricks they did on Inferno, right? Now, this was good work. You know, they did a great job into coming into the site. And Simple's hesitation right there was probably his undoing because the window of time, I think he was expecting another player to potentially cross his line of sight. And also that ladder, right? And we all know it at home. When you go up the ladder, you get that little extra little bump up, and you could see that there. Not letting his toes get to the ground for the accuracy, but the AWP was back in his hands, and here we go again. How much longer before NaVi closed this, or a Vitality going to slog this one out for overtime?
Interesting that ZywOo doesn't take a pot shot or even make himself vulnerable until they start spraying the door. That's when he would opt for the return of fire. So far, actually keeping Electronic very caged. His mini hasn't been influential in the slightest. These walls of smoke have been effective.
Yeah, he's respected them a lot of the time here, and right now it may be a bigger problem because there's everybody behind the smoke wall here. Everybody from Vitality.
Haven't seen this before. You're vulnerable to the heaven jiggle, but no. Bit doesn't get the info. They have no idea how many have crossed.
Oh, Boomich here. Could be in a rough spot. We've seen what's happened with Apex in these kind of positions on his CT half. Molly, he knows there's some presence, but he doesn't know how many. He didn't see anything.
In which case, he might find himself rather isolated. He's hearing a lot of steps. Starts dumping his util. Good time flash. Simple is ready to bail him out of trouble.
Gone silent.
Yeah, noise cut. You still don't have the answers you're looking for. And Boomich using that smoke to tuck in. Simple. Ooh, we see something. Apex, you touch your keyboard, you're dead. Still peeks in the flames. It's 2 for NaVi. 1 clawed back by Masuta. Simple did catch some damage from the Molotov. A great smoke there. Util should buy time. Should buy time. And Shox has caught the vent presence, and now it's all from ramp. Looking good here, Vitality. A couple of flashes from Kyojin for good mix as they fade. It could be the push. Masuta could really destabilize them here with an Aggie move of his own. And he's walking in on the fade. Oh, a chance. And it's a big one from him. Everyone takes one. And Vitality continue to kick up a fuss. I'm telling you, dude, an 11-4 half from NaVi. Then a pistol in its conversions puts them on 14-4. 14-4. Vitality are making a case for this.
Yeah, it's a great T-half. And think about the only gun round they posted wasn't really even a gun round. It was light pistol upgrades with a simple hero AWP, and he gets 3 kills in that round. So NaVi is starting to get stumped a little bit here, and guess what? It's the same buy that got them to round 15 in again. Simple Zorp towards Yard, up and over he goes on the garage, and nothing.
Electronics done something. ZywOo returns the favor. This is all really riding on that simple AWP. But with the wall of smokes established, no answers given. Simple has no idea how many could have slipped the net. The answer is none.
They know there's an AWP now, right? They didn't know that coming into this round. They were probably thinking they were up against another interesting, maybe lower buy, because we're getting to the tail end for the CT economy, right? This is max loss bonus, sure, but you know they have to take an eco after stomaching a gun round loss, and Simple Zorp out of position right now. He's not going to be there in time.
Great call from Apex here. So as I say, that Simple does manage to get the read and the position to actually punish the walk on ramp, and a real snap breaks the neck of Masuta. Down to the low side. It isn't unguarded. There is still Bit, and his Deagle is usually good for a couple. They know where you are. His chance is really fading fast. He gets the opportunity, and he does thrive. Takes down ZywOo. Game on. 2v3. NaVi looking to throw the final blow with a broken buy. Kyojin needs a couple. 2 coming from his position. It's Perfecto and Boomich. And he takes the fight, gets the info at least, slipping away. Kyojin's done good work from these stairs. Some powerful angles here, and Shock's responsible
No kit
for the decon doors. It's Simple. He announces the AWP, but Boomich has delivered another, and it's all onto Shoxy. He shouldn't have a chance. No kit. Time, his best friend. Simple will get it, and he's got enough time. Man, oh man. That's all they need. A light buy and a simple AWP to wrap it up and to secure themselves the lead. 2 to NaVi, 1 to Vitality, and map 4 locked in. We'll see you on Overpass.